Look at these two handsome kitty cats. Well, I guess one of them's handsome and the other one's pretty, you know, because Allie's a girl. And I mean, like, calling women handsome, that's kind of like a Victorian era, like, manner of, like, speaking. Like, my dearest Clarice, I find you to be rather handsome. It's kind of doesn't really fit the part. Oh, Allie! Pretty girl. My dearest Allie, I do declare that you are the most handsome tiger on my phone frame right now. I do declare. Whew, it's a little bit warm out. A little bit warm. Excuse me. Hello, all you big cat lovers out there. It is me, Derek, again, and welcome to another beautiful, amazing, oh my goodness, excited lion coming over to say hello to me, Walk Around the Compound webcast. Well, hello, Wally and Noel. Yeah, gel. I would have some gel. Where is my gel? Look at these beautiful. Oh, look at these cutie pies. Oh, is she just? Oh no, you know, this is the thing. This was Wally. You're so jelly. You are so jealous. It is unbelievable how jealous you are. No, you boys are dumb. Oh, is your feelings hurt, Wally? Are your feelings hurt? Yeah, I know. Oh, poor she's gonna come back over and probably antagonize him some more. Yeah, what do you got? We're making fun of you. You're being a baby. Oh, no. There is a tiger in this grass. Hi. Hello, how are you? Ah, car. Tess is doing good. Just thought I'd let you in on that. I mean, look, it was an invasive surgery, and a lot of you saw the video. And a lot of you have been asking, like, how's Tess doing? And it's going to take a long time for her to recover. She's still in the back room of the vet center. We have to keep it relatively, we have to keep it quiet. We have to keep it dark. Keep her hydrated. She's eating now, meat without bones, like chicken breast and stuff like that. Serena, who put the pin in like this? Pins don't go in like that. Pins go in like this. You put the pin in like this because if you have to shut the door really quick, then you're able to go bam, like that. Because if it's in like this, where it's not supposed to go in, and you're sitting there trying to, like, let's say that you have to shut a door expeditiously because you're getting cats locked up and you got cats that don't like to be locked up, so getting them to lock up is a hard chore, and once you actually do it, time is of the essence. Oh my gosh, I gotta get this door shut. And then I do the thing. Oh no, oh no. And then the cat gets out and you're like, ah, drat. So pin's gotta be like that. Tess is doing, but she's doing all right. She's doing good. It's going to take time. I mean, and we're still having to monitor her for any sort of potential for infection or. Whoa, Rosa, who is the prettiest girl in my Canberra frame right now? You are. Russ? Yeah, you don't get much attention, do you? Yeah, you don't get showcased like a lot of the other ones do. Rosa might be a little bit more introverted of a kitty cat. She doesn't go for like the glitz and glam attention like a Wally does or like a Serena does. Or doesn't have like the craziness like a Molita. She's just kind of Rosa. You know, and I think that she gets a little bit overlooked sometimes. Well, you're the one holding the camera, Derek. True. But I'm trying to, you know, take notice of these things as they happen. Hi, Firebug. Hey, Firebug. I was not talking to you, Molita. I think people have been remarking because I've been posting some vines of you acting like more emotional and, you know, you're like yelling at people and you're, again, right here, look at this. You're a mess. You're a mess. Now people are saying, excuse me, that was kind of on you, Fire. That was a little bit on you. Now, a lot of people have been remarking that ever since Levi passed away, that Molita may have inherited his pants of craziness. What do you think, Pride? You be the judge. Hey. Well, there is a cute little kitty cat right here. Oh, and some people are saying like, you don't go down to see Zeus. And then you do. Hi, hold on. Well, you will get to that in a little bit. She's like, don't talk about Zeus, talk about me because I am right here and Zeus is over there. And don't talk about him because you are paying attention to me now and my time is my time and his time is his time and that's how it's gotta be and his time is also my time. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Had a pretty cool thing. Posted there was a news story last night. Lone Star Adventures, where you know, Fox 4 News out of Dallas Fort Worth. They came over here and they did a feature on the facility. It was right after the bad storm and tornado that, you know, tore the trees down and stuff like that. So that got like news attention. Like news people were coming around and like, oh my gosh. And they you know, they come over to do that segment like, oh, let's do this, and I'm taking them around and ow, oh, my hand just hit the fence. I'm taking them around and saying like, yeah, cats, and this is what we do, and this is what the facility's all about, and all of these things and whatnots and what have you. And I said, oh yeah, by the way, I do a lot of social media stuff. And I got, you know, got a few followers. How many followers? Close to 1 million when you add them all together. And the guy's like, what? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, okay, we're switching gears. Like, we're gonna do pretty much the rest of the interview focusing just on that element. That's crazy. And I'm like, I guess so. So, yeah. The first part of the whole thing was like, yeah, care, and look at these tigers, and it's crazy. And then, oh my gosh, BigCatDerek. And it's like, ha, that's cool. A social media sensation. I think that's the words that he used, which was pretty awesome. So appreciate the folks down at Fox 4 News, Dallas Fort Worth. All of your news needs news. I don't know what their catch slogan is. Oh, Zeus doesn't care. He's like, check out these Pete's. Check out these Pete's. That is my slogan. Check out these Pete's. And then check out this tail. And then check out my head over there that is being obstructed by the rest of my body. So, yeah. Had that happen. So that's cool. It's been an interesting past couple of days. Oh, people online calling me, quote, problematic on Tumblr, but, you know, not gonna make, you know, anytime, and here's the thing, like, it doesn't bother, you're gonna have detractors, you know, it's gonna happen. no matter what you do, no matter who you are, you're always going to have detractors. People that say, my way is the right way and your way is so. But, yeah, there's some young lady on the Tumblr who was, just posting some things about folks down at the Exotic Genome Repository and the fact that I have publicly shown my support for the work that they do, and how they're actually figuring things out through their genomic sequencing and their genomic testing that actually suggests that, put your pin. What is this? What is this? Who's doing this? Oh my gosh. Gotta have a talk with those interns. Okay. Anyway. Some of the work that the folks over at the Exotic Genome Repository are doing, they're actually making breakthroughs and they're gaining insights that are suggesting that the genetic viability or the genetic diversity of captive white tigers is a lot more robust than what was originally thought. Now, there was a lot of long-held conventional ideologies that basically suggested, well, all white tigers are the result of inbreeding, every single white tiger is unhealthy, and they have no conservation value, and the practice of white tiger breeding, needs to stop. And there's a lot of inbred cats. There's a lot of inbred white tigers, and that is a problem. But just because a tiger happens to be white doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to automatically be inbred, is what they are discovering. And when you try to elude that goes against some really strongly held conventional thoughts. So, of course, predictably, that type of insight and those types of messages are met with just like, it's preposterous. How would you dare? How would you dare? How would you dare suggest that white tigers are anything but just broken and unhealthy? Well, I'm sorry, but the actual science, the peer reviewable data is actually starting to suggest that. And like it was again, it has the ability to dismantle many of the long-standing ideologies. And they even say themselves that, yes, there are numerous instances of inbreeding, and inbreeding is a practice which needs to stop. It does nothing for the genetic viability of species as far as any sort of conservation efforts are concerned. But what they're suggesting is that the truth is actually a lot more nuanced. It's a lot more complex. And I can only explain it with, this brain and this mouth so well. I'm certainly not a genomicist, so you should definitely go and see the page, the Exotic Genome Repository Facebook page. Hi, Savannah. You should go see the Exotic Genome Repository Facebook page, and really like all their posts. They have a really robust. They get very active in their comments section, and if you go in and you ask them questions in their comments section, they will be more than willing to talk and shed light on some of these insights. But yeah, this individual on Tumblr decided to. Yeah, she was just, I don't know, getting kind of, I guess, acting a little bit condescending, a little bit, I don't know. Like, the way that I suggest is the only right way, and anyone else who doesn't subscribe to my particular gospel is wrong and stupid and needs to be shamed and held accountable. And that's, you find that in like the cat world our way's the right way, or like the zoologic world in some instances, not all instances, but there's some people out there, there's some zoologic groups, or there's some wildlife groups, or there's some rescue or sanctuary, association groups or something like that. They're basically, it's like they kind of have you got to be part of our secret zoo club. And if you're not a part of the secret zoo club, then you're you're bad. And like we're part of the care club. That's kind of what we're part of. We let our work and what we're able to achieve, dictate to the people, our own merit, I would say, as an organization. And I think that we do some pretty awesome things. As far as, educating the public, advocating on behalf of the animals, giving them tremendously world-class care, doing research, actual research with actual scientists, and gaining some valuable insights, which could potentially benefit the species as a whole. So, yeah. I know, Kate. It's going to cool down here in a little bit. It's going to cool down here in a little bit. I didn't think I was going to talk about that one as much. I didn't even think I was going to talk about that topic at all. Took the lions and the tigers down to the pond separately yesterday. Got a bunch of pictures. That was good. There was a lot of you saw the animal abuser account on Vine that I revined. It was some pretty, awful stuff on this guy's account. And he's doing some bad things to a guinea pig, and it was not good. And I revined it like a thing where basically he was lighting a guinea pig on fire. I revined that, and then I posted another Vine afterwards saying, like, look, I don't want to, I didn't revind that thing. I want to see this guy. I don't want to see him banned. I want to see him arrested. And that caused a big uproar. That caused a big thing to do. And even like Bad Dad got involved because I guess the guy was posting stuff that was involving like kids, and like it was just really not good. But then it goes into the whole thing like, okay, well, was he just being a troll and posting and reposting some other stuff that he found on the internet? Because I guess it wasn't just that one account, but it was all these other accounts, and people were, the pride, erupted. And not only were they going after that guy's account, but they were actually going after other accounts and the accounts that are associated with him and posting similar content. And I think that's, you got to do that. I mean, if you see like really messed up stuff, legitimately messed up stuff, of actual like abuse type situations going on, there's definitely ways that you can report that stuff. You can tag there are verified police departments who have Vine accounts. You can just tag them. You can report that stuff, of course, within like the actual Vine thing. Yeah. And here's another thing. I admit that maybe by revining that very, very graphic image, maybe not the most well thought out thing to do, but then at the same time, like, would I have been able to have gotten the same type of response? Sometimes one of the only ways that you can really get people to act is if you actually show them like the horrificness firsthand. If you just kind of say that things are horrific, then you might not get the same response. So like there's a give and a take, there's a yin and a yang, and I realized that that was very traumatizing for a lot of people. But it was actually one of our volunteers, Dave, he was commenting on that, and he basically said, like, look, Vine is a very accessible place, and there's a lot of, you know, different people and like kids on Vine, and it shouldn't be, oh, he's getting a little hose down. Yeah, he likes that. Yano likes that. Yano likes that. And basically Dave was saying that stuff like that shouldn't be so accessible. It shouldn't be that easily accessible. And I'd have to say that I have to agree. I mean, like, you know, I felt like it was important to, I don't know, try to, you know, take ownership of the community. It made me think, like, okay, so people, like, they were tagging. The only reason I knew about this is because people were actually starting a conversation in a previous Vine that I had posted that had of me showing cats eating meat and stuff like that. And of course, anytime I show like images of the cats eating meat, that usually can kind of cause a bit of an interesting conversation, but nothing too crazy, nothing too controversial. And then these two users were actually commenting like, well, this is nothing like that other account, and oh, this is awful, and this is, you know, like, it's really traumatizing, the things I've seen. And then they started tagging this other account, and I'm like, oh, well, let me go take a look. And I did, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this really is bad. I'm not even getting close to you. I'm not even getting close to you. What is the matter with you? What's your Pete's though? Okay, all right. And yeah, that's when I saw the stuff, and I'm like, oh no. Well, and then it made me think, like, okay, do I just choose to, I don't know, do I just choose to ignore this stuff? Do I just choose to ignore it? And I start to think, like, okay, well, you know, you have this large voice, you have this level of notoriety. Hi, Sass. and it's, you know, it's really great because it helps to benefit the facility, and it helps to increase, you know, our economic imprint, and it does a lot of really good things. But like, what about other stuff that is within your control? This is me having like a conversation with myself. Like, what about those other things that are within the sphere, the realm of my influence? You know, so I felt like that was a situation that needed to be dealt with. And I think also because the individual that had that account was being just brazen about the images that they were posting, just the really bad stuff that was going on there. Saying like, I've got all this stuff and no one has, you know, blocked me yet, or not no one has blocked me, but like they haven't banned me yet. And I'll tell you, within like an hour of me mentioning stuff, yeah, his account was gone. So little, I don't know, there's something about the way that he was what's the word I'm looking for? I already said brazen. I don't know. How can I be so fluid with my conversation and come up with thoughts on the fly, and then you just get to this one roadblock and you just can't figure out what it is that you're trying to say. Look at you. I don't know, maybe cavalier. But yeah, just what's the word? Taunting, I guess you could say. It's basically like the thing like when serial killers, they toy or they taunt the police. You are being crazy. You have your crazy pants on right now. And like he was doing that, and it's just like, okay, well, it was like his was, or that person's account, I think it probably more, of course, what am I talking about? Like most women would never post stuff like that. But that the whole purpose of the existence of his online persona was to, I mean, just like proliferate and spread these really just awful, these really awful images. And within a community that, you know, it may not necessarily be the most appropriate thing for. So there you go. And yeah, there was quite the response. So yeah, maybe in the future I need to kind of handle those things a little bit better, as far as you know, not reposting that stuff. And I guarantee you that I lost followers doing it, you know. But that's a small price to pay. I don't mind that much. And in the end, I still didn't lose as many followers for that day that I ultimately gained. It merely only served to slow the growth of my Vine channel. My Vine channel grows every day. Every day. So there's all sorts of, you know, kind of tactical and strategic elements. Yeah. Tactical Dorbs. Tactical Dorbs. Yeah. You are so cute. I know, we're going to be feeding here in just a little bit. Gotta wait till it cools down. Gotta wait till it cools down a little bit more before we really start. I want chicken. I know, bud. I know. Gotta wait till it cools down. Oh, Papa. Oh, yeah. Papa. Huh? Oh, another thing. A lot of you, I know that there have been people that have been, excuse me, they've been commenting and certain things and tweeting and, I mean, all over the different platforms, Instagram and Twitter, and asking, you know, like, when is Editor Derek gonna come back? Why is Editor Derek gone? Are we ever gonna see Editor Derek? And I gotta say, yeah, I mean, yeah, you know, you will. But here's one of the biggest reasons why I kind of put Editor Derek on a slow burn right now, is just because I was getting too burnt out. I was getting too burnt out with all of the content creation, all of the different accounts. I mean, Tumblr, Twitter, Vine, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I was out here all the time filming, and I was out here so my free time, so I go to work, you know. Oh, that's intern Boston and intern Houston. They have names, but that's what I call them. Milo. Yeah, I was just getting too burnt out. So like, I go to work, and then when there's things that need to be, because I got a feed after I get done recording this webcast. So I'm working with the cats, and on my free time, I'm filming, or I'm editing, or I'm not spending time with my family. And it was putting a strain. It was putting a strain on things, you know. Putting a strain on Heidi. And it was just something that I had to kind of reevaluate and take, perspective. That yes, I was able to. Oh boy, are you? He doesn't even care. He just bumped his head. Slade just bashed his head on the gate. Yeah, I know you guys are little rockheads. You guys are little rockheads. But yeah, I had to kind of pull it back. And like I said, it's not to say that Editor Derek and all that stuff is never going to make a comeback, but being able to just simply come out here to the compound and then just record stuff and then just press upload. I mean, it does good things for my nervous system, because I was really, man, for a while there, I was going down kind of a crazy person road. Just thinking about all sorts of different things and trying to expand the brand and trying to do the content and trying to do this thing and just getting so worked up about everything, trying to build, because trying to make this whole BigCatDerek thing the thing, which is still the goal, but now I'm letting things ride, because it's another thing, like things are happening, there's news interviews, there's TV people and producers that are talking to me about certain things, which, I mean, TV people have talked to me before and those things never really materialized into anything, so I'm not really expecting things to materialize now, but, I mean, stuff is happening, okay, so I guess I just needed to learn to just kind of, relax a little bit. Just relax. I'm not perfect. Nowhere near perfect. But, you know, a little bit at a time, you know? Just a little bit at a time. That's all you can do. This is a long webcast. Oh my gosh. I appreciate you folks tuning in. And I gotta go feed some cats. All right, bye-bye.